the order of
Numeric expression.
Okay.
operator
Data
precedence,
types.
String conversions.
Data types.
three types,
Type of conversion.
Type
string
conversions.
replication,
Operator precedency.
Operator precedence. Okay, good. Then
string conversion,
String replication.
string
replication.
replication, string concatenation, string replication. Okay. Numeric expressions.
Operator precedence.
Operator precedence. Good.
type conversion,
Type.
Order of evaluation.
Yes. Yes,
Replication of strings.
Yes, Kashinath. I think now you're there, right? Kashinath. Kashinath.
Yes, sir.
Adiyappa.
Sir.
Okay, what is type conversion?
Data type change one.
Huh? What is type conversion? Increase your volume.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, now speak. What is type conversion?
ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಅದು ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಸರ್, ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ.
ಟೈಪ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಟೈಪ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೈಪಿಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇಂಟ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್, ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇಂಟೀಜರ್, ಇಂಟ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲೋಟ್, ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಟೀಜರ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್?
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್, ಅಟೆಂಡ್.
ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅವಾಗ?
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್, ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಇರ್ಲಿ, ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಬೇಕಾದಂಗೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತೈತೆ ನಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಂ,
ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಹಾಂ, ರೈಟ್. ಎಸ್, you learned about expressions, right? Then you learned about operator precedence, that is order of evaluation. Then we saw some examples how to evaluate expressions, and then we learned about the data types. The Python basically supports three data types. One is integer, the second one is floating point, and the third one is string. So int mean numeric whole numbers, and float mean fractional values. Then string, any data which you enclose within a single quote or double quote. Okay, any data that you enclose within single quote or double quote is called as a string. So these are the three data types you learned. And also you learned about type conversion, that is converting from one data to another, one type of data to another type of data. So you can convert integer data to float, float to integer, or even string to integer. But when you are converting from string to integer, all examples are not permitted. So if only numerical values, only numerical characters are enclosed within a single quote or double quote, then such data can be converted into either integer or to the float. Yes, can you just name the functions that we use for type conversion? Can somebody name the functions used for type conversion?
String to int.
Functions used for type conversion.
Concatenations.
No, type conversion. The functions which I shown you with the examples, the name of the methods, the name of the methods.
I'm into string.
Sorry?
Floating point to integer.
That was how you do that. What are the functions for that? You noted or not?
addition, sir.
No, I'm asking about type conversion, converting from like one data type to another data type. For example, int to float. If there is a data called as 10, I want to convert it to floating point value, that is 10.0. So then what is the function for
str.
String of float of int of
String
like that.
int function, that is int with parenthesis. Int with parenthesis. That function is used to convert any data to integer type. Getting my point? Int function, int parenthesis. That function is used to convert any data to integer type. Likewise, if you want to convert any data to floating point, then you need to use the function called as float with parenthesis. right? Then likewise, if you want to convert any data to string type, then you have to use the function called as str function, right? So these are the three functions which we can use to convert any data to the required type. Got it? So int function, float function, and str function, right? Then what is the function that we use to know the type of the data or class type of the data? What is the name of the function that we use to know the type of the or class of the function data?
Type parenthesis variable.
Type parenthesis variable.
Type function. Yes, exactly. Type with parenthesis. Okay. So type with parenthesis. That function can be used to know the class type or the data type of the data. Got it? Nice. We have learned about all these functions in the previous class. So now we'll go for the next concepts, that is input and output operations. So we will discuss about input operation first, and then we'll go for the output operation, right? So when it is a programming language, so the two basic functions that it must provide us, one is input function, another is output function. Then what is input function? When to use this input function? What is input operation?
Printf, sir.
Input operation. What do you mean by input?
User inputs.
Reading of data. Simple. Input is nothing but reading of data. So that can be done in multiple ways. Like for example, you can read the data from the keyboard, or you can read the data from the file, or sometimes you can read the data from the ports. In case of networking, you can read the data from the ports. So simple, we'll take a reading of data from the keyboard. How to do that reading of data from the keyboard? So in C programming language, we use the scanf function. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Scanf
Yes,
function.
sir.
Yes, sir.
We all know that. In C function programming language, we use scanf function to read the data from the user through the keyboard, right? Likewise, in Python, how to read the data from the user via keyboard. So for that, we have to use the simple function called as input function. Right? So that allows us to read the data from the user via keyboard, right? Even we have other ways like reading data from the file and all. So we'll study all those in the third module. How to read the data from the file or how to write the data to the file. We'll study those in the third module. Likewise, output operation. So input operation is done through the function input function, right? Then about output function. What do you mean by output? So displaying results to the user on the screen, on the monitor, or writing the output into the file. That is called as output operation. Okay, so we require some function, we require some facility from the programming language to display the results to the users on the screen, or to display the results to write the data into the file. So for that we require functions. So one such function from the Python is the print function. So that we already saw, right? Print function. I shown you simple examples like printing welcome message or printing greeting message to the user with the help of print function. So that print function is used to display results or output on the monitor. Got it? So what are the functions we use to do input and output operation? Yes. What are the functions we use? What are the functions to input, read the data and display the data? One is input function, another is print function.
Print function.
Yes, input
Print function.
Print function. Input function is used to read the data, and print function is used to display the output or results. Right. So why we need these input and output? Why we need these inputs? Yes.
To perform input-output operation, sir.
No, okay, that's fine. So why we require inputs, right? Without inputs, can we do some computations or something, or some task can
No,
be done
sir.
without any data?
No.
No.
No,
Okay,
sir.
simple example I took you about while telling about programming. I told about cooking, right? So to start preparing some food. So what we'll do initially, we'll take some ingredients, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll take some
Yes, sir.
vegetables, we'll take some masala items and all, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Are they called
Yes,
as
sir.
inputs? Are they called as inputs to prepare the food?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Without all those, can we prepare the food?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Not.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
If we miss some item, yes, I'll use some ingredients, right? But I'll miss some ingredients to prepare the food. Then what happens?
Taste will be changed, sir.
Taste will not be as expected. Correct?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Then mean output will not be as expected. Correct?
Yes,
We have to follow all the procedures.
The input that we provide must be proper. The input that we provide must be proper, and all inputs must be provided. If you miss some inputs, or by mistake if you don't read a particular data from the user, then we can't produce the desired output. Yes or no? If you miss some inputs, or if you don't provide the proper input to the program, then the desired output cannot be produced. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes,
As I said
sir.
about cooking, ingredients are essential and all ingredients should be considered for preparing the food. Then only we can expect the tasty food or delicious food, what we call as expect desired output. Yes. So that's why the input operation is the basic purpose in the basic task in the programming, and that must be taken care, right? So for that we have a function called as input function. Now can you see my PPT?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. No.
No, sir.
Wait, I have shared the screen. Let's present it now. Now can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's
Yes,
here
sir.
is user input. Now look at here, simple example, right? I'll show you with the execution. So the input function is used to read the data from the user, right? And read this second line here. Read the second line. What is this? The input function always returns a string.
String.
Always returns a string. Irrespective of the data that you type from the keyboard, always that data will be read as string. Okay, what exactly it is this? Okay, we'll see with the examples. Okay, so now to start again, I'll show you how to start Python in laptop. So go to search window and then search for idle. Search for idle. Now you'll get idle Python 3.8. Okay, click on that one. So now we got a interpreter shell. Okay, we got an interpreter shell. So you can execute from the interpreter shell, or you can create a script and you can execute. So but now we'll see, because simple lines I'm showing you. So we'll go with the interpreter shell. Now for example, I take x equals to input, right? Now look at here, this function is input function, but still it has the ability to display small text on the output screen. See, for example, I am typing enter your name. Enter your name. Right. Enter your. Just press enter button. Now what it is showing on the screen?
Enter your name. Enter your name.
See, whatever the parameter that I enclosed in double quote in the parenthesis, that has appeared on the screen. So mean the input function has inbuilt facility to display the text message on the screen. Got my point? It not only reads the data from the user, before reading the data, it displays the parameter that you pass as a input, as a parameter to the input function. That is, enter your name is a parameter. So that parameter has been displayed on the output screen. Now you can type whatever you want. You can type now Markandeeshwar, for example, right? Now it has read the data. So now to know the value of x, just press x. You'll get the value stored in x. Got it? How to read the data?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now to know the type of x, because I said when you use input function, always it reads the data as of type string. Getting my point? So that's why now to know the type of this x, we'll just execute a function called as type of x. Now look at the class. What is the class name?
String.
So obviously I have entered Markandeeshwar. That's a alphabetical data. So obviously it has to show string only. But now we'll see one more example. For example, I'll enter y input of enter your age. Enter your age. Right. Now I'll again press enter button. Now it is asking enter your age. It will pause for a while to wait for the input from the user. Now I'll enter 37. Right. 37. Now press enter button. So now it has read the value. I entered 37. Now check out with so okay, first type y. Now see what is the data available in y.
37.
Is it integer data or is it string data? Is it integer data or string type data?
String, sir.
37, I entered 37 and it has stored 37 in y. But see the output from y now. See this output from
String,
y.
sir.
What it is now? Is it integer or
String,
string?
string.
Type?
String, sir.
String, sir.
Y string.
String, sir.
You can observe
Because
the
it is a
data
single
37. The data 37 is enclosed in single quote.
Single quote.
And also I told you the input function always read the data in the string format. Irrespective of data you type, it will read it as a string type. Did you get this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you type this to know the type of y. Just type of y. Now look at the class type. What is your
String.
string only? So, but what is my expected input here? What is my expected input? What is my expected input for y?
Integer type.
Integer type.
Yes, all of you answer.
Integer type.
Integer type. Integer type. Integer type, sir.
Age is always an integer type, but the input function has read the data in the form of string type, isn't it? The input function has taken the data in the form of string type. So, but I am expecting as a integer type. So then here comes the role of type conversion. Got my point? Where to apply type conversion?
Yes.
I'll discuss type conversion, how to convert from string to integer or integer to string or integer to float. Now here comes the role of type conversion. So now I have a data 37 as string type in y, but what I'm expecting as an integer type. So now here I'll go for int of y. I'll do the conversion, type conversion, that is int of y. Now look at here what I got now for int of y.
37.
Now it has
37.
converted, now it has converted string to
Integer. 37.
Now it has converted string to integer type.
Integer.
Did you get where to use or when to use the type conversion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is what you need to understand, because the concepts not to be taught just for sake of understanding. Okay, where to apply, that must be known. Got it? So in the first example for the x, so however my data was Markandeeshwar, it was a alphabet, it is just alphabetical data, so there no need of conversion. But for the second data, that is for y, it is an integer type of data. Since it is an integer type of data, but I got it in the form of string. So where we require the type conversion. Where we require the type conversion. Likewise, I'll show you one more example. So for example, I'll take a percentage, okay, equals to input, right? Input, enter your aggregate of percentage, enter your percentage, right? Now, yeah, it's asking now percentage. So I'll enter 76.87, right? 76.87. It's a floating point value, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But now when I type percentage on the interpretation, now what I have in the percentage?
76.8.
77, but in the string form.
Yes, sir.
No. It is having 76.87, but it is in the string form because it is enclosed
String
in the string
form.
code. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But what is my expectation now?
In the float type.
I want it in the float form. I want it in the float form, right? But it is in the string form now. So I want to convert it to float. So for that, what I need to do? I need to use the function called as float for the type conversion. Float of percentage.
Percentage.
Float of percentage. So now it converts the data to floating point type 76.87. Did you get the type conversion and how to read the data? Both I'm showing you inside one screen.
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here with these examples I shown you how to read the data from the user via keyboard as well as when to do type conversion. Got my point? Later I'll take a one example program where I will show you how actually the type conversion will occur. Okay, and where is the when will be the requirement for the type conversion. I'll show you the example program. Okay, did you understand all these concepts now what I explained here on the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Go for the next one then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Now come back to PPT. So now here, look at this converting user input. I already explained that one. Right. Now the important concept is the variable. Right. So look at these examples. So here I shown you X. I use variable names called as X, Y, and then percentage. What are these? X, Y,
But
and
variable-
percentage all are called as variables. Then what is the definition for variable? What is the definition for
Can change the
variable?
execution of a program.
Sorry?
Value.
What is the definition for variable? Yes, wrong or right? You answer. I'll correct afterwards.
Value.
Yes,
Value is changed.
value can be changed. Yes, that's one answer.
Pick the pattern line to
It
change
can
it.
change the execution of the program.
You can change the values during the execution of the program. That's correct. Okay. Then
Having a fixed pattern, sir.
Stores the
Declared
data
by
values.
name or alphabet.
Yeah, Sneha Google code has written stores the data values. Correct. The variables are nothing but are containers. The variables are nothing but the data containers. Okay, they are used as the storage. They are used as a storage. So where we can store the values. Later you can retrieve the values from the variables. Right. But the technical definition for the variable is nothing but it is the name to the memory location. It is a name to the memory location, because what happens, you see, when we take some data, always the data will be stored in the memory. Always the data will be stored in the memory. For example, if I take an integer data, so 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for an integer data. So that means 4 memory locations will be used from the memory. So then to refer those 4 memory locations to access the data or to store the data in those memory locations, we require a name. Just like a person to identify, we use a name. For example, if I say Markandeshwar, yes, I am the person Markandeshwar, I will say yes. Right? Mean to identify a particular person, we always use a name. Like that, the memories are identified, are accessed via their names. That's why a variable is nothing but it is a name given to the memory location. Where we can store the data. Later we can retrieve the data from the memory location. Did you get what is variable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what is
Yes,
variable
sir.
then now? What is a variable?
It is a name to the memory
Name to a
location
memory
where a
location.
program
Name to a
Given
memory
to the
location.
memory location.
Name
Given
to a
the
memory location.
through which we
So,
can do.
Where
Yes,
the
sir.
program
Right.
can store the
We can
data.
read, we can store the data, we can retrieve the data from the memory location.
Memory location.
Yes,
Simple
sir.
analogy example, that's cooking only. I am very bad about cooking, but still I use example cooking only. See, to prepare the food, to prepare the food, so you collect all the ingredients and all. Then what you use to prepare the food? What's next task after collecting the ingredients, and then when you have steps or instructions of how to prepare the food? What's the next step? So who is good in cooking? They can answer now. Yes, girls. I think you may be having better experience.
And add oil and onions, tomatoes.
You'll use vessels, right?
Yes, sir.
Some utensils or vessels, containers. We can count those as containers, right? Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then
Yes, sir.
you will store those ingredients in the vessels, right?
Yes, sir.
Later,
Yes, sir.
while eating,
Yes, sir.
you will take out the prepared food from the vessel, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? That
Yes,
means
sir.
what we are doing, we are storing and then we are retrieving from the vessel. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That is what the variable is. Did you understand now what is variable?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Variable
Yes,
is just
sir.
similar. So memory location, what I said, memory location is just like a container. Our memory location is just like a vessel, right? Or utensil,
Vessel.
where we can store, later we can retrieve from that. Now I think you got idea about what is variable, right?
Yes, sir.
So as we will be having many vessels in our home, okay? So in our house, okay, we'll be having many utensils or vessels, right? So likewise, there are plenty of memory locations. Out of those memory locations, the system will allocate some memory location, and then we'll store the data in those memory locations, and then we'll retrieve the data from the memory location, and then we'll process according to our instructions. Are you getting what I'm telling?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is
Yes, sir.
variable. So that is variable. Here I shown you picture. So I am having two variables like x and y. One is having the value 12.2 and another one is having the value 14. So look at this box. This box I can call as a container or a memory location. So where I am storing the value of x, that is 12.2. Then y has got a different memory location. So because it is a separate variable from x, so that's why it has got a different memory location where we have stored 14. Right? Then now look at here what I did in this example. So initially I am having x equals to 12.2, y equals to 14. Then I changed x value to 100. What happened now?
Memory location will change, sir.
X will take new value, sir.
Value in the memory location got changed, not the memory location. Be specific, because
Value.
see, earlier my x value is 12.2, but my recent instruction says that x value is changing to 100.
100.
That means the earlier value which was there in the memory location is removed and the new value has been stored in the memory location. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
From this example, what you need to understand is variable can store only one value at a time. It is a scalar type. What do you mean by scalar? Yes, guys. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
What is scalar? What is scalar?
Which has no direction, only magnitude.
Scalar nothing but single valued. Single valued. At a time it can have only one value in it. At a time it can store only one value. That's why you see this one, x equals to 12.2 is the initial value. That's why there was a 12.2 in the x. But when I executed one more instruction with the x equals to 100, then 12.2 got removed. That's why I put a cross mark here for 12.2, and then new value, that is 100, has been stored in x. Got it? So variable can change their value at any time. So at runtime, we call it as runtime. The variable can change their value during runtime. It is completely different from constant. So constant doesn't change their value, but variable change their value during the execution. Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now look at here, the rules for naming. Rules for naming the variable. Simple 3 rules you need to follow. The first letter must not be a number. That's it. It can be either a letter or it can be a underscore. It can be an alphabet. First letter can be either alphabet or underscore. But it must not be number. Right? Followed by, like after first letter, so second, third letter and all. So can be any combination of letters, numbers or underscore. And then the third rule, all the names are case sensitive. All the names are case sensitive. Small x is different from capital X. Got it? So look at here some examples, some valid examples here written: spam, x, spam 23, underscore speed. These are all valid examples, right? But look at the bad examples. 23 spam. Is this valid? 23 spam.
No, sir.
Why
No,
is
sir.
it?
No,
Can you tell
sir.
me
No,
why
sir.
it is invalid?
No,
Why
sir.
it is invalid? Can you tell me the reason? The reason
Starting
for
with the numbers.
first
Start
letter,
numbers.
first letter is not a
Underscore or letter.
first character is a number. First character is a number, which is not valid. Are you getting? First letter is not alphabet or not a underscore. That's why it is invalid. Second one. You see the second one, ash sign. I named it as ash sign. Is this valid?
Oh, sir.
No. Why it is invalid? Why it is invalid again?
Hash.
First letter is not allowed because only permitted letters, only permitted characters in the name are alphabets, numbers and underscore. No special characters are allowed. No special characters are permitted. But here we are using special characters, and that too, first letter is not a alphabet or underscore. First letter is not a alphabet or underscore. So the two reasons, from the two reasons we can say that this is not a valid variable. Right? Now third one you see here, var.12. Is this valid? var.12.
No, sir.
No, why
No,
it's
sir.
not even why
No,
it's not valid?
Special character.
Special character has been used which
Special
is not
character.
permitted. The special character dot is being used in the name which is not permitted. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, so here I have valid examples. In the last example, third example, have valid examples, but all are different variables. Look at spam. So all get four letters are small case. Now second example, first letter is capital, and the third example, all the four letters are uppercase. So now all these three are different or same?
Different, sir.
Different.
Different.
Yes, different. Because the third rule, look at this third rule. What is
Case
third rule? Case sensitive. What do you mean by case sensitive? Case sensitive language. C is also case sensitive language. Python is a case sensitive language. What is the meaning of that?
Capital letters, small letters.
Uppercase letters and
Uppercase and lowercase.
are treated or considered different. Uppercase letters and lowercase letters are considered different. That's why spam, this spam and this spam, all are different variables. Got it? Understand? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now I will show you, I will take you to one simple program. Okay. So for example, you consider I want to read a name of a student. Then I want to display a greeting message to the student. Then I want to ask the user, the student, his age. Right. Then I want to display what will be his age in the next year. Getting my point? What is the program I want to do now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What's the program?
Yes, sir.
What is the task of my program now? I want to read a name of a student. Then I want to display a greeting message to the student. For example, Vishal. Is there Vishal in the class? Vishal. Kashinath.
Yes, sir.
Are you there in the class now? Yes.
Yes, sir.
For example, you consider Kashinath. Okay, I'll ask Kashinath to enter his name. You'll type Kashinath. So what I want is, I want to display hello Kashinath. This is the greeting message I want to display. Hello Kashinath, good morning. Right. Then I'll ask his age. So you'll enter 20 for example. Okay. So then I will display his age is 20. Next year his age will be 21. So this is the program I want to do now. Right. And now can you tell me statements? Okay. Now look at it. Look at how to create the program. So go to file. Is this screen visible? Hello all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ
Yes, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಸೌಂಡ್ ಸೌಂಡ್
Yes, sir.
ನಾಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿರಿಲ್ಲ ಟಿಫಿನ್ ಗಿಫಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
ಓಕೆ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ ನಾಷ್ಟ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾಷ್ಟ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್
Okay, sir.
Okay, now listen. Okay, so now to create a script, now I'll go for a script. Okay, so now how to create a script, Python script. So go to file, click on new file, right? Now you type the instructions, programming instructions. So what is my first task? Reading a name from the user or student, right? So now what I'll do, my name, I'll take a variable name as my name equals to input function is the one which we can use to read the data from the user. Enter your name, right? That's it. So my name equals to input of enter your name. So then I want to read age, my age, okay, equals to input of, so two variables I chosen, one is my name, another is my age. So enter your age, right? Thus now I have name and age. So first I want to display a greeting message to the user for his name, right? Hello, right? Then concatenation, string concatenation, that is plus, right? Then my age, then plus I want to display good morning, right? Good morning, right? Yes, now greeting message has been displayed. Now I'll take a print, right? Hello, so your age is, I'll display the age of the student or the age of the user. Your age is plus my age. Sorry, here I am supposed to write my name, then my age, right? Now 4 lines. So next statement I'll show next after this one. Now click on Control S, type Control S. It will ask for where to save the file. You choose the path name where you want to store the file. So type some name, display name and age. So I'll take a name of the file as name and age. So automatically the .py will be added. Okay. However, it is not a mandatory, so you need not worry for that. Okay. So now 4 lines of code. Are you there, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sound ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನಡೀತೈತಿ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ರೈಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ನಾವು ಐ ರೆಡ್ ದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ name and then my age, so and then I'm displaying greeting message So now to run this program, to run this Python script, click on this run and select the option run module. Now look at here. Now it is asking enter your name. So I'll enter Kashinath. I'll take an example of Kashinath. I'll enter Kashinath. Enter your age, that is 20 for example. Now, so what I got now on the screen? Yes.
Hello. Coach.
Your age
Hello
is
Kashinath, good morning. Your age is
Your age is 20.
20. Right. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Did you get now? So is this program simple?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My task was to read name and age
Yes, sir.
and display greeting message for the name and age of the person. Right? Simple 4 lines of code I wrote to do my task. Right? Next, what I am expecting, I want to display what will be his age in the next year. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
I want to display
Yes, sir.
what will be his age in the next year. Right. Now look at here. That line, I'll write that line. Right. You will be. Right. Now try to understand this one. This is little complex. You may find initial, but I'll clarify this one. Right. Then my age +1. Sorry. +1. Then plus in a year. You will be 20 as the input. If 20 is the input, what I want is you will be 21 in a year. Right. Now this is my line to display. You will be 21 in a year or in the next year. Right. Now run the program again. Yes. Now again I'll enter Kashinath. Then 20. Then what I got? Initial I got hello Kashinath, good morning. Your age is 20. You will be 21 in a year. Correct? Output?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
now what you need to
Yes, sir.
understand from this line? From this last line, what do you need to understand? What is the complex part in this one now? What is the complex part in this one now?
My age +1.
This one,
Middle one.
this one, right?
String, sir.
So to
String.
understand that one, you take care of the screen. So I am showing you right how it is working here. You see this one. Look at this one. Same thing what I typed in my program. Here I typed it. Right? str of int of my age +1. Right? So now try
Yes,
to
sir.
understand. Remember, just recall your memory. Input function will read the data as string type. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Input function will read the data as string type. Correct? So my age. What is the my age value? My age value is 20. Correct?
Yes.
I entered
Yes, sir.
20 for Kashinath, right? So my age value is 20. So it is in single quote. Look at here. My age value is in single quote. That means it is a string type. Correct?
Yes, sir.
It is string type. But to increase it by one value, it is to increase it by 1. To increase that value by 1. First, what I need to do? I need to convert that into integer type. Correct?
Yes, sir.
It needs to be converted
Yes,
into
sir.
integer. Then only addition will act as a incrementing value. Correct? Adding. So that's why this 20 now I am converting as a int type. I am converting as a int type. Now what is the output from this int of 20? So here I have taken an example of 37. Now here I will change it to 20 now. Look at here. Now int of single quote 20 is being converted into 20. That
20
is numeric 20.
of integer
Numeric
type.
20. Got it? Then +1. Now 20 + 1. What is the output of this one now? 20 + 1.
21.
Both are numbers. Both
21.
are numbers. Now plus will act as a addition. Correct? Plus will act
Yes,
as
sir.
a addition. So that's why we'll get here 21 now. We'll get 21. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now this 21 is a number. But what I am doing here, str of 21. Mean what happens now?
String will be.
That
Convert it to
21,
string.
numeric 21 will be
Convert it
converted into
to
string
string.
21. Numeric 21 will be converted into string 21. That is this one, 21. Got it? Now numerics 21 is converted into string type 21. Then here we have a string type. Here we have a string type. So then definitely the middle one should be string type. Then only plus will act as a concatenation. Yes or no? Otherwise, if one
Yes,
is
sir.
string type and other is a number type or integer type, then error will be displayed. Yesterday I already shown you that one. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is a string type. All the data must be string type. Then only concatenation will occur. That's why now you will be added with first these two will be concatenated. So you will be plus 21. These two will be concatenated. So that's why we'll get here. You will be 21 plus in a year. Got it? So then these two will be concatenated at final. So these two will be concatenated. So that's why my final output will be, look at here, you will be 21 in a year. So the final output from this statement will be, you will be 21
21
in
in
a
a
year. Did you understand how this statement is working?
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Now just come back to this one. Come back to this one. See, just see. If I write only this much, what will happen? You see now. If I write only this much, so what I wrote here, I know my age is in string form, so I'm converting into integer type. I'm converting into integer type. Then plus one. So if I run this module, definitely will throw error message. You see now, Kashina. Then 20. Yes, sir. So first two output got displayed because until correct valid statements it will display, because it is an interpreter. Line by line execution will be there. So only error is in the last line. So that's why it has displayed the error message for the last line. What is the error here? You can see this one now. Can only concatenate str to str. So but what I have here? Int of my age will be 20 plus 1 will be 21. So this is integer type. This is string type. So concatenation will not occur. Did you get this one?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
what I wrote here.
Yes, sir.
str. That's why I wrote this one into str. Got it? Artha aita?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Enough, why you want this one? Because already it's 10:04.
Sir.
So you can attend the next class, right?
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. You can leave the meeting.
Okay, sir.
ಹಲೋ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ರಾಜೀವ್ರ ಹಾಂ ಬಂದಾವಲ್ರಿ ಕೊಡಾತಾರಲ್ರಿ